The process of teaching and learning is highly influenced by the perceived climate and social and emotional atmosphere of the classroom. Communication, together with the other related subjects, that is, interaction, conflict, influence, power, and value, are highly significant subjects that shape the perception of both students and the teacher in the classroom. In a way, what teachers already do in their classes involves social and emotional aspects consciously or unconsciously throughout the communication processes. Actually, it's very contributing to focus on communication processes in the classroom, intentionally respecting social and emotional dimensions. From a general perspective, the process of communication, the way we interact, is influenced by many factors. For instance, whom we're talking to, how we feel about the subject of the speech, how aware we are of our own physical, emotional, and mental being and needs at the time of speaking, the practicality of the communication channel, any distractors at the time, and so on. Communication in the classroom is dynamic. It's complex and even unpredictable. The way teachers communicate affects their effectiveness in class as a teacher. They communicate ideas, information, and expectations in a variety of ways using verbal and nonverbal language. The way you present ideas, information, and expectations to your students as a teacher influences their understanding of the subject matter. Especially with younger grades, using more concrete examples and visuals as much as possible is suggested. Another thing that influences students' understanding of the message is communication style and background. The understanding and interpretation of students might vary based on their communication style and background on the subject being taught. Each person in the class has their own communication style. This style can be defined as the set of speech feature characteristics of a person in the act of communication, such as personal ways of interpreting the message, specific ways of expressing the response, and feedback. Let's think about it with an example. If a friend tells you a story about falling off a bike on the road, what image comes to your mind first? Then your friend points out the window and you see a motorcycle lying on the ground. Well, the image you had before might now be different from what you see, which points to that understanding the words which refer to is an important part of the communication process. Let's think about the classroom context in which you're explaining a concept and giving examples. It's vital to check if what you refer to is being understood. The most common and easiest way to do this is by asking questions, eliciting to see if the shared meaning of the message is understood by the students. Feedback is another very important part of the communication cycle. Either verbal or non-verbal, it nurtures the communication process. It allows the teacher to see how accurately or inaccurately the message is received. For the student, it provides an opportunity to ask for clarification, to agree or disagree, and so on, all of which make the communication flow and increase accuracy. Here, what we need to teach our students is to ask questions to seek more information, details, or examples. You can set certain routines for those QA and question-answer sessions in your classes together with your students.